Hello everybody, I'm Bihter Avşar. I'm a postdoctoral researcher in Sunum and I'm working on biological systems. Today we will introduce our presentation software with my colleague, Dr. Daniel Esmaili. Since the dawn of the civilizations, folktales and stories have been told by people to convey the information and to share the information. And as you know, a well-told story can be memorized and can be recalled very quickly. That's why new presentation tools are based on storytelling methods, and most research studies support this idea, and they show that listeners can be more involved when you use this type of methods. And that's why in here, today we want to introduce the academic presenter for you to augment academicians' presentation skills and storytelling skills, and for making their presentations more effectively and efficiently for listeners. So when we take a look at true history, we could see the first presentation software, which was Presenter, created by folktales company in 1984, and then PowerPoint was created after 3 years later by the same company. And lastly, Microsoft company created MS PowerPoint, and nowadays mostly use this software. PowerPoint basically has been designed to create linear presentations and highly accessible to all users. But there are some problems with the PowerPoint presentations, and in 2003, Taft showed that these problems. He was listed the problems as the speakers, when they create the slides, they only create 2 slides and they can miss the actual message on their slides. Or using slide-based presentation software together with students' lack of experience may deteriorate students' organization skills when you do your presentation. Or that we mostly use the bullet items in our presentations. This may cause misleading for decision making, and it's not enough for illustrate the complexity of the issue that you want to tell to your listeners. That's why there was a new beginning, which was the Canvas-based presentation tools. Canvas is like an infinite and borderless workspace in which building blocks form a presentation. So, based on this idea, in November 1996, Macromedia released their first product as Flash, and this presentation tool was totally based on Canvas-based presentation idea. However, this presentation tool needs a lot of programming skills. That's why other companies at the later stages, such as Prezi, tries to simplify Canvas technology for building presentations. When we compare the slide-based presentation tools with the Canvas-based presentation tools, we can see that slide-based presentation tools are good at long-term learning retention. However, Canvas-based presentation tools, such as Flash, Prezi, or Emaze, are good at knowledge acquisition. When we combine these 2 important properties, we created Academic Presenter. And in this table, you can see the brief summary of the presentation tools that are used by people mostly. And we specifically want want to show academic presenter, which has a canvas-based presentation tool, which is a slide-based presentation tool. At the same time, we can use online and offline versions, and good news, it's free. As I told you, academic presenter is the best of both worlds, actually. So we combine the potency of slide-based presentation tools and canvas-based presentation tools. And by academic presenter, you can easily switch between two common presentation trends based on your topic that you want to present. For example, for general topics, you can use nonlinear flow of your presentation. For exhibiting details in your presentation, you could use conventional linear presentation type. We just put a small summary, small image of the canvas slide, canvas transition. We also put a small video that includes all these properties at the end of our presentation we will show. However, in here, you could see from A to B, and then from B to C, a user can zoom, pan, and rotate the slides by using a simple mouse click. However, at D, a linear flow can carry the talk to the next topic, where the user may switch to the non-linear flow again, based on your aim or target for the listeners. At that point, I want to pass the slides to my colleague, Dr. Daniel, and he will talk about the other important features of our presentation tool, Academic Presenter, and important statistical analysis results. So, thanks for listening.
Well, it seems that I am in lack of time because I have 3 minutes time, so forgive me. We are just with no means, we are just talking, this is the true explanation, it's the, let's say, complete review of the software. But we choose 3 major, let's say, features. One of them is the literature review with mind map approach, another one, handwriting opportunity, and then using bookmark to, let's say, jump between topic. So, when I was doing my PhD, I realized that when I was preparing myself for the proposal, when I did like 76 study I reviewed, I realized that when I am writing it in a, let's say, linear form, it was about 86 slides. I said, no way this is going to work. But when I drew it on the paper, I said, wow, it's really understandable. So what's wrong with it? This PowerPoint is not a good tool to show the gap in the literature. So I tried to study the other alternatives, and I ended up with the Prezi. I said, well, fine, okay, there's a free, let's say, opportunity for the students. Let me use it. I sent email to them. They said, unfortunately, we are not recognizing your university. That was a crashing feeling for me. How you didn't understand, how you didn't recognize my university. My university, I am a patriot to my university. So what I did, I said, okay, forget it. I will build my own presentation software, and I did it. Later on, they apologized, but too late. So so we are using the mind map for the literature review. At the end of the presentation, if hopefully we have time, I will show you in the video. So with mind map, people can categorize at the same time together with, let's say, seeing the relationship of topic together. So instead of having, let's say, a table, a big table showing that, okay, this test study is considering this feature, this assumption, we are just showing the link to the students so they can understand the topic much better. Another feature is handwriting opportunity. We are seeing that there is anecdotal evidence that using handwriting in the teaching is giving a good, let's say, result for the learning. So a student can understand topics much better when the professors are writing by hand. But at the same time, repeating this process every semester for every course, it's just tiring. So what we did, we use Academic Presenter to capture the motion of handwriting with the, let's say, with the digitizer. So not only the students see annotation, they also follow the handwriting of the professor without repeating the action again and again for each semester. So another thing is bookmarking. So another important thing that we saw at morning in a few occasions is that when you are in the question and answer, they are asking the professors that, okay, can you go back to that slide? I want to have that question about this. Then they have to, we have like 5 minutes at most for question and answer session. And then they have to go back one by one the slides and to reach to that, let's say, a specific topic. So what we did, we said that, okay, let's use dictionary approach. What is dictionary approach? We see that all dictionaries, they have at the beginning of each alphabet, they have a small bookmark showing that, okay, it's a beginning of this topic. So what we did, we said that, okay, the user can introduce bookmark at the beginning of each topic, and then jump to that bookmark whenever it's needed. So whenever, for example, I want to go talk about the literature review, it's just one click away. And we show that with using method time measurement, we show that it's faster, and this is the graph. We can see that the orange line is the, let's say, or offered approach, and the blue line is actually conventional approach. We see that if number of slides between the topics is more than 2, our approach is reaching to the destination folder, landing in destination folder, destination topic faster. We use also AHP method to analyze the attractiveness of academic presenter. So we determined, we introduced 4 criteria: price, number of users, simplicity, and applicability. For price and number of users, we collected the data from their, let's say, public databases and information. For the, let's say, simplicity, we use expert, and applicability in academia, we collected it based on these features. So we introduced some features that we are thinking that are really necessary for a perfect, let's say, presentation software. And we realized that, okay, which one, for example, Powtoon has this ability or not, and then give a score to this, to each, let's say, tool. And we, after that, we asked the, let's say, users, like a group of 50 people, to, let's say, compare these 4 criteria, which was the simplicity, easiness of use, and then blah, blah, with respect to each other. By doing this, we prevented 2 very common mistakes. One of them is that we are human. We are mostly biased about the stuffs. If you are, let's say, Apple user, you are saying that Keynote is the better alternative. If you are a Windows user, you are telling that Microsoft PowerPoint is better. So we are not showing directly the alternative to the user. What we did is that we find the value of these, let's say, each of these corresponding alternative with respect to those criteria, and we are asking users to just rank the criteria with respect to each other. And this is the result. We can see that academic presenter is showing the better result with respect to Office 365 Prezi, SlideShare, Powtoon, and Email. And so the conclusion, we present a new presentation software that facilitates the delivery nonlinear topic. Most of available software solutions are adjusted to meet business presentations demands, and they are not free. Academic present user can switch between 2 common presentation trends, nonlinear and linear, based on the level of detail. With the support of the community, we translate the software into the Spanish, French, Persian, Portuguese, and Turkish. And thank you for your attention, but listen. There is also a Udemy course we created for this software. It's free also, so you can, if you want to learn the software, you can go there and enroll. About 6,400 students already enrolled in there, and the ranking is 4.1 as 5. So you can see that let's say, attractiveness study was kind of matching the truth. And this is the video I wanted to show in action, the academic presenter, so you can judge better. So the first one is that canvas and slide. How do we mean by switching between nonlinear and linear presentation? You can see that you can zoom. In section 1, suppose that it's a topic, it's a subgroup of topic, and then you can go to a slide. So in here we have a linear transition because it's about detail. So you can see then you can jump back to another one and go to another topic. So you can easily see that how linear transition and how nonlinear transition work hand to hand. Let me go a little faster. Oh, okay. In here also you can see that bookmark how it works. So you can see that at the beginning of each section we created one bookmark. With just pressing one button you see a menu, and then you can jump easily to that specific topic when you need. The sample 2 is mind map. So this is the literature review I was mentioning that I did for my own PhD, let's say, defense. And you can see that you can zoom to the, let's say, that mind map, and then actually after showing some relationship, you can again switch to the linear topic, linear transition. And you can follow the linear transition whenever you need. And finally, I want to show a sample of handwriting. So this is during the presentation. You can see that academic presenter actually, when it was designing that presentation, it captured the motion of the lecturer. And then when you want to present something, you don't need to write on the, I don't know, whiteboard or tablet or something. You see that immediately you can just press one button and it just start to show the motion. And especially motion in the sketches are working much better. For example, when you see that from node 1 there is an arrow to computer, you can easily understand there is a flow of information from that specific region to a computer or to a model. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question or if you have any time.
I didn't understand what's going on there. I mean, what
This is a sample for...
Who is writing where is the handwriting?
The handwriting is at the design time. They designed it. So this motion is actually by hand designed. It's not the computer animation or something. So
the video captures it?
Not video capture. It's an in-presentation software. So you can, after that, you can edit it. But for video, you cannot edit the handwriting. Especially, it's important when we are talking about the courses. Every time we are updating, if you are generating a video, we have to recapture everything from scratch. But here, we can just erase it with a pencil and just continue re-editing everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome.